So let's start our clock, and for today's topic, let's select lab work number 5 and click start. Okay, so let's jump to plenary and let's see what things we should do. Okay, so in the plan, let's filter week number 12, and in week number 12, we have lab work number 5, and let's expand all the tasks. So on lab work number 5, we have stairs and ramps. So let's check it out, how to make these components, and let's clear all the options. And now we can see practically all building elements was discussed during our lectures. So basic things I showed. And now we will work on stairs and ramps. And the last part, lab work number 6, is to finish and complete the project. So it means we will have week number 13, 14, 15, 16 for finalizing our projects, fixing mistakes, and making corrections, and so on. And also how much weeks we have. So if we look to all this plan, so the last week will be week December 19, 23, will be the last week. So I think maybe 2 weeks before last week, we will have a test of our course, and later we will get exam. Okay, so 6 lab works, 1 test, 2 homeworks, and exam. Next lecture, I will speak a little bit about homework number 2. So now let's jump to lab work number 6. So for this purpose, I will pause my synchronization of OneDrive and open Revit. And from Revit, I click open, go to the projects, work in progress files, and let's filter by date. And here we have last week project file, lab work number 4. If you don't see RVT file type name here, so always go to view in the folders, file explorer, options, and here you can uncheck the check mark, and you will be able to see the file extension. Some students like to put a file ending or extension by hand, and it is not recommended. Sometimes I see files RVT, something like that, RVT. So don't put file extensions by hand, because you can damage the file and it can not be opened or will not work. So Windows automatically assigns the file name when you select file type in your program. Okay, let's open latest project. So now it asks if I want to pay attention to special add-in. So I was using BIM Tools Sophistic add-in on my project. So I click. I do not warn about this updater again. So I can click cancel and close this one. Also, I have 3 reference files which are not linked to my project. So I can open reference files and see what is the problem. So I see 1 image file and 3 PDF files is not correctly linked. So all the files, all the information related to the project should be in the project folder structure or in the project folders. So now these PDF files is in the same folder structure, but was opened using a different machine, and the address is a little bit different, so it doesn't find these files on this machine. So how to solve it? You click reload from, select the correct location of the file, and file is fixed. So now with image files, I have a lot of image files, and I see some image files, they are stored on temporary files, and these files is not linked in this machine, so it can also be a problem. If the file is imported, so it means it is inside the project, so it file or image is going with the project, so I don't get status problems for these files. If the file is linked, like a link, so I get the problem if the image file is in the wrong directory. So always pay attention to these not found status objects. Linking saves space on file and improves performance. If you attach or import all the files in your project, the file can be large and program can be crashing oftenly, and it's better to use links for some of the files. Okay, so let's create additional copy of the project. So now this phase of the project will be lab work number 5. I can check options. All options are okay. So project view is the thumbnail view. Okay, click save. Okay, so let's uncheck the scope box, and in this project I will need to create the stairs and ramps. So now for this task I will choose scope box main building. I will uncheck it so I can easily do the cutting of the project. So now for my stairs I will use this location, design special location for my stairs. Also I see some problems with my phasing because some objects like the doors in here are in wrong phase. So I need maybe to do some fixing. Doors, and select the doors and change the phase. Yes, my doors is in phase 530. So I select all the doors in the entire project and change the phase to 310. Now it looks much better. Okay. So before I start, I will open three floor plans. So let's begin from the basement floor plan. So I will open work in progress plan, -6 meters. And I will start my stairs modeling from this plan. I will change the phase to 310. And in here I have section views, which was created in earlier project phases. So this section view, I change the view direction. The arrows shows to which side I am looking, and I will go to this view by clicking right mouse, going to view, and in this view I can see all the cross section of my building. So now I will turn off view template and do some modifications. So phase is off, medium, and consistent colors. And also for this section view, I will make additional view and rename this view as work in progress. So it means in this view, I can do a lot of modifications. And for this view, I will bring back the section, architecture section, section, maybe this one. Okay, I'll just elevation section. So I go to work in progress section and I close main building section, and in here I go to visibility graphics and turn off all filters, all imported categories, analytical models, and click OK. Also for this view I will not need mass objects, and also will not need topography or side components. Practically I can turn off all the categories and just select categories which is important for me. So it means stairs, structure columns, structure framing, walls, maybe windows, ramps, railings and ramps, and some floors, and let's use doors also. So these are important components for my project. And for this section, I select main building as my section view. And also I can change the scope box name, so it is in English. So go to visibility graphics, select scope box, and change the name of the scope box. So the name of the scope box will be main building. And it automatically updates all other views, and now I will have English name for the scope box. Main building, apply. Now I have the plan view and I have the section view. So I will go to views and organize my views by title view and click Z and A to zoom all. Now I should check if all my views are in the same phase, 310, 310, okay. And now for 3D view, I will make modifications. So in 3D view, I can see the same information like in my section view. So it means I select my section view work in progress, select this one, and program will automatically update my 3D view to represent my section view. So here you can see program automatically makes a cross section of my building based on the information what is provided in the main view on this view. Also for the view type, I will need to update English, change to English, and I can change the name building section. So now I have English representation. Okay. So now in this 3D view, visibility graphics, I also should select stairs and ramps and railings. So after I will finish modeling, I should see all this information here. Okay, so now for modeling part, I go to the plan view. And in the plan view, I also should use some modifications. And for this plan, I can turn on walls, windows, structure framing, stairs, ramps, railings, maybe roof, and floors. Yeah. So view templates help to save some time because you don't need to always go and check different settings for each view. You can assign view template and it automatically assigns all these settings. So if you know the configuration, what information you want to see in your views, you can create view template and it nicely provides information what you need. Regarding view templates, if you organize your view for your plan or section, so you can go to view templates and click create template from the current view. So it means you can make view settings on the view, and later you can create view template from the specific view and use this view template for all views in your project. Okay, so now regarding the stairs. So now regarding stairs, I have basement stairs from car parking, and they go to the first floor or the second floor on the car parking. Later, the floors of the building floors are similar, so we can have similar staircases, and on the top we have also specific staircase to go out on the roof. So now let's begin stair modeling on the -6 meters on my car parking. So for this task, I will use architecture tools, and these tools are located in circulation section. And here I have railings, ramps, and stairs. So let's activate stairs tool. So now when I activate stairs tool, I have drawing options in this location and some specific settings. So short information about each of the tools. For more details, you can move your mouse cursor on the object, leave it here, and small tips will pop up and explain how to use this tool. If this information is not enough, you can click F1 and additional page opens, and you can read all the additional information about stairs, how the stairs works, and so on. Also, regarding stairs, I can show and open additional links. I will jump to other class and lab work number 5. Okay, so about all these links, I will speak later. So now I will put the links inside our lab work number 5. So you can go to this lab work and click the links. Okay, so in the help application, you can find the Revit sample stairs and railings files. So you can download Revit files from here and copy paste the information to your project. So in these examples, you can find stair examples and also railing examples or samples and use them for your project. So moving to a project by just copy pasting or using transfer project settings, and you can transfer all these different types inside your project. So about stairs, we have a help section. So I recommend to check out all these help sections and check out regarding railings, ramps, and stairs. So today's topics are these ones: ramps, railings, and stairs. Regarding stairs, we have Lithuanian building code. So this building code explains how to create buildings in Lithuania and what are the rules. I can translate this document into English, and here we have construction technical regulation and residential buildings. So for residential buildings, this is let's say our building is administration building, so maybe rules can be a little bit different. In any case, I can click Control Find and type stairs, or I can type Lithuanian stairs name, and I see 12 positions in which we have some explanation regarding stairs. And now if I show original and translate it to English, so here we can see dimensions of staircases and weir elements. So we have specific rules for our staircase elements. So in common areas of apartment buildings, we have a stairway 1.2 meters and stairwells 1.5 meters. Maximum step height is 0.18 meters. And here we have the weight of our landing of the staircase. So we have the run and the landing, and here are basic parameters which should be followed for the stairs. Also in this location we have some information for minimum number of elevators and other settings for these objects in your buildings. So each designer, each engineer should follow structure regulation codes. So each country has different regulation codes. So depending on which country you are making the project, you should open and check the rules and the information on structure codes. Now regarding additional things, we have special elements. Let's go to maybe English website. So this company, Schöck, German company, provides a lot of different types of reinforcement concrete elements. Also, they provide steel reinforcement bars for constructions, so we can see different type of elements: balconies, roof elements, walls, columns, stairs, reinforced concrete slabs, facades. So for our topic, we should jump to the stairs. And in the stairs section, we have special elements and special details which prevents sound vibrations going to the walls and other construction elements. So it means we use these special elements to make sound insulation for our staircases. So in here we can try to check impact sound insulation and maybe some images, or we can run animation and see how it works in action. So it means when people are climbing the stairs, we provide sound, and this isolation goes on the sides of the staircase and eliminates vibration sound. Also, we can download CAD files, BIM files, and if I check the brochures, I can try to look for the stairs, and maybe I will go to the Lithuanian page, and here we have some images which shows how the stairs has all these special details, and all these elements should be modeled or created in 2D drawings. So for these elements, we can make some spacing in our constructions, and later in 2D drawings, we can provide additional details to represent all these elements. And the last link is to this reinforced concrete manual. And in here we can see also some specific requirements regarding stairs. So if we go to the stairs section, here we have elements, precast stair elements. So here we can see how they are look in 3D. And here we have some basic connection details, how these stairs are connected to the walls, to the building elements. So we can create special openings for the stair landings, and stair runs can also be connected to foundation, to floors, using special connection pins. Construction looks like this one, and the landing construction looks like this one. And here are some requirements for dimensions, and here we can see additional data. This PDF file can be translated to English, just opening it using Word application, and you can translate it using Word to English, or you can check out similar pages on English precast concrete providers. I think each precast concrete provider has similar information. Okay, so in Revit we have 3 options in drawing settings. So we can create runs. So runs can be created using this tool. We have pre-automated runs, so we can create straight runs. We can create full step spiral runs. We can create central end spiral runs, also L-shape and U-shape runs. Also, I can draw the runs if I activate drawing tool, so I will have additional options and can create runs by drawing it. So I will not use sketch tool, I will use just straight run. For landing, landing can be attached to the runs automatically. I just select 2 runs and the program will add the landing. So in this animation we can see example. Also, I can draw the runs with the sketch and create different shape, different geometry. And for the supports are used in the steel construction or wooden construction stairs, if the stairs are assembled. So we use supports, and for the supports we should use this one too. Next, connect levels. So this option is used if you have identical stair types and stairs. So you can select your levels and the program will create automatically the group of the stairs. So it's automation to create stairs on your project. Next, set work plane, show work plane, ref planes. So if we need additional lines to work as access lines, we can use this ref plane. Also, we can activate viewer. So the viewer shows active work plane, and we can use it just for additional help to see in which location our work plane is placed. Also convert to sketch based. So it means if you create the stairs using automated tools, later you can convert it to the sketch type stairs and modify all the stairs by hand. You can click edit sketch and you can edit the sketch. If you want to change direction of the stairs, you can use flip and it automatically will flip the stairs. And the railings, in the railings, we activate railings. And from here, I select residential. I select these railings and use position option, threads, stinger or threads. So in our case, let's use threads. On the bottom location, we have several options. So if we use supports, so we can select exterior or left or right support edge. For the run side, I can select center axis, left axis, or right axis. So in my case, I will select left axis. Offset, so I can offset the objects if I want from my drawing line. And now actual run weight. So if we go back to this regulation, structural regulation document, I see the minimum weight of run should be 1.2 meters in the basement, or maybe car parking, maybe it can be different. Of course, I should use administration or other building code. So now I just opened residential building code. So I should check a specific code for my project. So in this example, I will use 1.2 meters for my run weight. And I activate automatic landing option, so it creates automatically the landing. Now on the properties window, in the properties I can select I am creating assembly stairs, cast in place stairs, or I create precast stairs. So in our building, because we are creating precast concrete constructions, so I recommend to use precast stairs. Now I should select the levels in the constraints. So my constraints should be architecture level -0.2, -6 meters, and my top level should be also architecture level and architecture 00 level. So it means I select architecture 00. No, because I have 2 floors. So in this case, I should select architecture floor, which is -3 meters. Architecture floor. Okay, so my naming is not correct. So later maybe I can change it. Okay, so now desired stair height is 3 meters. Okay, so it means desired number of risers is 20. Actual number of risers is in gray, and actual rise height is 150. So these numbers are calculated automatically, so they are in gray color. Actual thread depth, so I can change this in the instance properties, and it can be different. Also, I can change the parameter here, thread racer start number. So it means I can change from which number I would like to start numbering my stair elements. And additional information, identity data. So it means I can put image, comments, marks. All other parameters like BIM42 is from special add-ins. And important part, EFC parameters should be also activated and used in our project. And for phasing, I use the same phase for all my projects. So it means 310 and phase demolition is none. Now, if I activate edit type, in the edit type, I have additional parameters. So in here, I can do some modifications for calculation rules. So in here, I have maximum riser height. So I select the parameter here. So if I go back to regulation document, so I see maximum height is 180. So in Revit, I am having 150. So in my case, it's okay. Let's leave it like this one. Minimum thread depth is 300 millimeters. If I go to the document, so thread depth is calculated by using this formula. So, and these parameters are for maximum or minimum. So in my case, I have 300. Let's make assumption what this number is. Okay. And minimum run weight, it will be 1 meter 200 millimeters. Also, I can activate calculation rules in this option. Use Stair calculator for slope calculation, so I can do some additional calculations here. In practice, we don't use this very often, but for some specific cases, maybe this calculation tool is needed. So for more data, click Help and read instructions in this Help window. Let's click OK. Next step is selecting the construction. So we select run type, landing type, and function. So function will be interior stairs. And for run type, I click on these 3 dots and I can change parameters in here. So I have 2 types of run. So one run is thickness 175 millimeters and another 150. So it means underside surface is smooth. I can change stepped. And the stair depth is 175 millimeters. So for the thread material and monolithic material, I should change material to English concrete, high density. So let's go to the concrete, and select high density. And I can copy the same name and put it here. And if the name is correct, so program automatically assigns this parameter. Now for the threads, so threads is additional layer to put maybe tiles on or other elements on your stairs. So in my case, I will not use any thread. So it means I will make only concrete stairs. If you want to put threads, so you can put 10 millimeters for or 10 or 20 millimeters for the tiles on your stairs. And in my case, I will not use this one. Nosing, so it means it change nosing size. Let's see if how it is written. Let's try to find landing component types. Okay, monolithic landing, monolithic. Let's go back, run component type properties. So here we can see monolithic run with some threads, and you can assign additional parameters here. So for more detail, I always recommend to check out basic information in the help and just check out all the options possibilities. And here we can see how the stairs can be created and what are the additional options. Risers, for the risers and slanted, I will leave empty, no parameters. And then inside identity data, it would be nice if you fill all the information about manufacturer, link to the page. Let's say if I go to this precast stairs. So let's say this factory is providing precast stair elements. Here we can see how these elements are created on the factory. So if it's, let's say, manufacturer page, so you can copy the links, copy the data from this page, and insert all this data inside your identity data here. So now I will leave it empty, and I will click OK. The same thing should be done for monolithic run type. So I will paste the name which I copied from the run type, and here are the same options: identity data, and in here I don't have additional settings, so it means just thickness of my landing is selected here, and thread material or the thread type is also selected here, so it means the same as the run. So I can put this check mark here and it will grab information from the run. I click apply, OK, and now other parameters in the stairs and connection. So in here I have my stairs is with specific notch. So in this case I am using notch type. So in here we should select notch. Notch extensions and thickness, let's choose 100 millimeters, and the gap for the mounting purpose 10 millimeters. 10-20 millimeters can be chosen here. Run supports, I don't use supports, so all these parameters should be empty here. Also, I should fill in identity data, and if I have some classification information, so I should provide classification data here also. I click apply and click OK, and now I can start drawing. So I will start drawing from the bottom part, so it means I snap my drawing tool to the side of the wall and just go to the left side. And now the program shows how many steps I created and how many steps is remaining. So I see remaining is 10 steps, so it's okay. And now I move my mouse cursor and create additional stairs here. So now I see my staircase room is quite big, and maybe I can create and make it smaller. I can put additional dimensions, see if all the settings are nicely added. So it means I will use move tool and move my stairs to the corner of my walls. So I will use constraint. Pay attention to not use this join tool. I select the corner of my stairs and move it to the side, can click shift and it snaps to the wall. And in here I should move the stair elements a little bit from the walls, as I mentioned regarding insulation for the sound. So I move it by 10 millimeters from the walls, or by 20 millimeters. So depending on technology, how the stairs will be created. And also I can check what is the distance here. So let's make this distance 200 millimeters. So 200 millimeters or other distance for this part is needed for the fire pipe. I don't know, firemen to put water pipe in the staircase, so we can go up and prevent the fire, and this gap should be regarding fire hazard problems. Okay, now my stairs are created. I can check it out and rotate it in 3D model also, and I can see how they are connected. So connection is in this location is okay. Now connection on this location. So I would like my stairs goes on the bearing part of my floors, or I need to have some specific foundation. So I select the last element here and use extension below rise base. So in this case, I will write -100 and I will use begin with rise. So it should have the check mark. So it means now my stairs goes inside the floor construction. And in this location, I should create a foundation for my stairs. So I can do it later. Now the top part of stairs are nicely inside my floors. So it means it's created correctly. And I will need to create shaft opening to make opening for my stairs. Now, first modification of the stairs is correctly done, so I can click finish and I can save my project, and automatically the railings was added to my stairs. So now you can see all the stairs. So now I will use additional modification of my and check out how the stairs looks from other side. From this side, I see my stairs run is connected to the landing not correctly because I don't have a notch. So it means I activate the stairs double tapping, select this run, and uncheck the mark begin with rise. I uncheck the mark, and now I have nice notch here. And my notching should begin and end with this configuration. So if you go to the staircase in any building, you can check out and you can see this small gap here is filled with the concrete or is hidden. But in some staircases, you can see this gap or different material. So if you will be in any staircase, I recommend to make photos or check it out how the stairs are created in real buildings. Now, after my modification, I see a problem because my stair run is not on the top of the floor. So to change and modify it, I cannot do it in 3D model because I don't have a special modification object here. So I should go to the section view and grab this blue bubble and just drag it. And the program extends my stairs, and now I have nice stair configuration. On the right side, I check if my actual number of stairs and rises are the same as desired ones. If these numbers are different, I can get wrong configuration of my stairs. So pay attention to these parameters. More details and how it works or the basic mistakes are provided in class notebook. So I recommend to check the class notebook, and in class notebook we have mistakes, effective using, lectures, recommendations, lectures, typical mistakes using, okay, in here I don't see typical mistake section. So I will need to copy it from other course. Okay, so in this content library, I will put additional mistake page with all the examples how students make mistakes when they create stairs. Okay, so I made modifications. I can click finish, and now my stairs are looking quite good. So now I need to use modify join tool and just join floors with the stairs, and it nicely creates the small gap for the mounting purpose, and my stairs are nicely created. And now for the bottom part, I can go to the floor plan, select structure, select slabs, and select rectangle tool, and just create additional foundation for my stairs. So -6 meters, architecture level, okay. And in the section view, I can see, okay, foundation. So in section view, I also should activate structure foundation group category. And this foundation, I should move down by 110 millimeters. So I have nice gap between my stairs and foundation. And now I can click modify, join, and join floor and foundation. And now here I have foundation for my stairs, and here's my stair run. Now regarding opening of the stairs here, so I should create shaft opening. So for shaft opening, I go to the floor plan, and let's fix floor plan name here. So it's architecture. No, it's structure. -1 minus 0.3 0.0. And for architecture level, architecture -1. So -0.3 and 3 zeros, and click OK. So now for the floor plan, let's create additional floor plan. So floor plans, and architecture -103, and click OK. So let's drag and move this plan to this location, and let's put additional work in progress. No. And in here I select none and have this plan for the stairs. Change the consistent color setting and color to the scale to 150. So now in this location, I also would like to see floors. So now I can see my floors is preventing to see my stairs. So I will choose architecture, shaft, and will create shaft. So I select rectangle tool and just select the corner of my walls and just drag the shaft opening. So now I can go to the first floor and move shaft opening line so it grabs my stairs. Now regarding dimensions, also I can create symbolic line to represent opening in my floors. So I use continuous line 0.25, and base constraint of my shaft opening will be -6 meters, and I will lift it up by 1 meter. And top constraint of my shaft opening should go to the top floor, so it goes to the architecture level 11. So it means it goes up to this level, and above the roof I will put also 1 meter. So now let's check what will happen. So I click finish, and now I have a nice opening through all the floors and through my roof. So now nice shaft opening. Yes?
Is it possible to do this shaft in case of precast slabs? Or
Shaft opening, I'm not sure, but it will not cut precast objects like beams, columns, and slabs. Structure framing is not cut by the shaft opening.
but how to do in this case?
If you need to cut precast slabs, I recommend to use opening by face and just make a cutting on the each floor. So for automation, you can create nice group of the slabs on the staircase location and copy this group to all the floors, modify one group, and it will update all the floor groups. So it means if you create a slab object, you make the opening with by face tool, and later you can just copy paste this information to other floors. Okay, now let's check if my openings are looking okay. So here I see my opening looks correctly. I have nice pre-cut here. From other side also it looks okay. And I have small gap for the mounting purpose. So to connect landing to the walls, you can follow also recommendations from this page. So they have special details which can make connection to your construction. So these are like special teeth which goes inside the construction. So they are integrated inside landing object, and later when you put the landing on your project, you can connect it to the main walls. Okay, let's create stairs for other floors. If your height of the floors are the same in all the floors, so now you can copy the stairs from the bottom level to the next level. So I use copy tool and just copy from architecture level to next level. I click shift and I move it perpendicularly up till the next level, and I copy it. So now let's see what are the problems if I create a copy. So connection on this part looks correct. Everything looks nice. So I can just use join and join objects. This part is okay. If I turn it around, and here I see a problem because my first run, which goes on my floors, now it's not working and I need to make modifications. So now I double tap on my stairs, select first run, and uncheck the beginning the rise, uncheck this mark. Now my stairs moves a little bit down. In here I write the thickness of my floors. So my floor thickness is 330 with plastering. If I will put plastering on my stairs, so I can type the extension below -320 if I use plastering on stairs. or I can type minus 330. So now my bottom part of my stairs is at the same level as my floor, as my ceiling. The top is also at the same location. So now I have a nice notch here. So the problem is now on other side. I am missing one step here. So it means I need to do some modification. So I should check which run has not enough runs. So this run has actual number is 10, actual number of threads is 11. So it should be 10. Now it has, I think, 11, and this one has 9, and it should be 10. So let's do modifications. So for modification, I should go to the section view and use this blue bubble and just drag it. Now I see my stairs goes to the correct position, but it means it is too much inside my floors. So it means one step should go down because I here missing and have a gap. So how to fix this part? I just select the landing, use move tool, and move the landing by one step. It means 150 millimeters. And now all is fixed. On the bottom part, my stairs was extended it connects to the floors. On the top side, it also is moved to the side, and I have nice connection here. So I can click finish, save the progress, and I can check it out. And on this side, I just click join, and here I have nice stairs. So stairs are starting with this step and is ending with this step, like in this location. So in here also, it looks like this one, and on the top is look like this one. Now my stairs are created correctly, and I can copy paste it to all other floors. Now this one can be used with this tool, select levels, and I can select all the levels above. So in this case, all my level names should be fixed. So I have a problem because my level names are not fixed, and I have a problem here. So let's try quickly changing this problem, 6 meters. So in here, architecture plus 4, it will be 09.00 and plus millimeters 0.5. And this one change 15 meters 0.6. Then 0.7, 18 meters. So from here, from this example, you can see if you make mistakes, no problem. You can just go at any time and change all the mistakes here. In this case, 8. And $11, yeah. So now I fixed this So I can go and use this tool. So select levels, and I just go and select levels which I would like to use. So I select all the architecture levels. So in this case, I should use Control tool and select all the levels with my Control tool. I will not select the last level because it is roof and it can have different configuration. And also I will not select this level because in this I have different construction here. Maybe I can select this one. Yeah. And for the last one, I will use a little bit different configuration of the stairs. And now I can click finish and look what will happen. Automatically, all the stairs are joined to nice group and all the stairs goes nicely to the roof construction. And now I just need to use a join tool and join all the stairs. So the problem of this tool is if I connect all the stairs using this tool, I cannot disassemble all this group like typical group because it's a specific group for this stairs. And if you made a mistake on the stairs below, so fixing it, yeah, you can double tap, I think. No, double tap doesn't work. So it means you need to use tab tool, select stairs, modify the stairs, and other stairs will update. And if you want to cancel this tool, you need to select connect, disconnect levels. So in this case, you will need to remove levels one by one to disconnect. Okay, now I just go to the top floor and I use tab and select the last step here. And I use copy tool. Copy. So copy is also not working. So it means just maybe need to unpin. Yeah. So if I unpin, so I can select copy and can copy the stairs. And if I unpin, it also is in the group configuration. So it means it is not good. So it looks like I cannot copy the stairs like separate object. I can try to just copy and yeah, can't copy part of elements. So in this case, yeah, so I will just use the stairs from the first floor and move it here. Okay. So let's fix this one, minus 330, and not ending this line. Apply, move this one up, and move this one 150. So important rule, all the steps and all the step here should be the same in all the staircase. it cannot be different step here. So in here I have a problem on the last floor, because my connection to the floor is a little bit not correct, because I have a roof configuration and I have the top floor. So in this case, my floors and my roof is in different levels, and I need to fix. So best option is to make the same height of your floors. So if I have 3 meters on all the floors, so the last floor also should be the same height, or the difference of the height should be created by changed by 150 millimeters by the size of the step. So if I have 150, so it means my roof configuration can change by 3 meters 150, 3 meters 300, and so on. So now I need to change the location of my structure part of my roof, and I need to move it to have the same level of as my stairs, so it connects nicely. And all the roof configuration should also go on the top. So it means all roof insulation materials goes above. So now I can join, and these objects are nicely joined. So on the top floor, I don't need specific tiling or nice roof elements to represent my roof exit. If it's needed and you have specific floor configuration on the top floor or the roof, so you can try to do the same as we did in other floors. Now I have also additional problem, because 2 staircase elements are not connected with landing. So in this case, I can select elevation 10 as my work plane, and in this case I can select stairs and create additional landing. So in this case I can select 2 runs and I click finish. Do you want to quit editing mode and delete the instance? The stair is empty. Okay, so landing, select this one. So automatically it's not grabbing my stairs. So in this case, I think I need to use drawing tool and just draw the stairs, stair landing by hand. So I select landing, draw by hand, and also I should go to floor 10. So let's create additional floor. So on this floor, I go back to sketch tools and select a rectangle and just draw this 1 meter 200 and try to click finish. Okay, so the landing is floating in the air, so I will put 0 here. The landing height must be above the stair base level. So creating landing can be tricky part, so let's try to architecture, apply. The top of stairs is lower than the base of stairs, so it means landing can be connected only with basic stairs, and now this location is not correct. So instead of creating landing by using landing tool, I recommend to do it using floors tool and just create basic floor and select floor construction. So in this case, I should use specific floor for my landing. So it means 200 millimeters. And I create the landing here. And I use modify, join, and just join the landing. So this part is connected nicely. And in this case, for this last floor stairs, I don't need such big notch here. So I can double tap, select this one, and just -200. Click finish. So now my stairs connects nicely. And additional objects which I need to create. So for this landing, I need to create the railings, so I can make a section box about this one and just use architecture railing tool, select pick new host, select the host, and just use green line and go around this landing and click and select the railing and click finish. And now if I move up my section box, I can see my stairs are created nicely. Also, in this case, I have a small problem because my landing in this case is floating in the air, so it means I need to put some column or additional bearing part for my landing. So in this case, I can use go to the -3 and use this wall as bearing wall and move this axis so it has the same distance. So say I have this distance to my stairs, and it would be, and it should be like 1 meter 200. So I select this axis line and just move it here and change 1 meter 200 plus 110 and equals, and all the columns and all the axes moved. So now I need just to move my walls, align. So construction walls should be aligned to the grid lines. And use extend tool and modify this one. So now I have nice location here, and can use this wall and can copy it so it goes to all the floors. So let's just use copy tool, copy, align to selected levels, and I can select my levels. For doing that, I need to modify because I see my wall is going through 2 levels, so it means -6 meters, and it should go also to -3 meters. detach, okay. Now I can use copy, align to selected levels, and select all the levels. And click OK. And now if I go to my floor plan, I can see in each floor I have nice wall with the doors, and it's copied automatically to all the floors. Okay, I'm missing one wall here, so I can just copy and use copy and just use shift and copy it to this floor. So now my walls are nicely copied to all the floors. So now I have connecting point for my landing on this side, and in this case I see my doors is in this location, so I don't need the doors here, so I can delete it because I have a high wall here, and I just have connection point for my landing of the stairs. Now on the top side I have special room which goes on the roof. So for this room I also should create nice room on the top of the floor. And in this case I also should modify this part, detach all. So -6, -3 meters. And I should also -6, -2 meters, and the column also should go down. Detach, okay. -6.5 and -3 meters. Okay, so now I can select both components and do the same copy paste and align to all the and on this floor I just use copy tool and just copy this one by hand. Okay, so in each floor I have a column, I have a wall, and additional component. I also should maybe move this wall to the side of my staircase. So for all the doors, so select doors visible in view, I just move the doors to this location, and this wall I should move to near the floor location. Or I can add additional wall -3 meters, copy, and I can add additional wall. So this wall will be used for my staircase. As bearing wall. detach all, and let's copy and paste to all the floors. And copy what's the problem? So highlighted walls overlap. Okay. So it means I have additional wall here. Okay, structure wall. Okay, so I eliminated the check mark, highlighted walls overlap. So I need to change some, do some modifications for offsets for the walls. But the idea is like this one. So it means I need to also maybe do the same steps with this wall and detach. And in this position, I will create additional object elevator. So let's so I can copy this wall and just copy paste it for all the levels. So it's on level 2, so level 3. And let's copy it also. Copy. And on the roof, I create also this noise box. So on this floor, bottom floor, let's do copy part. And then here I will create the elevator.